Hello. Hey, it's Pastor Matt, Miss Mandy in Rome, day 3. How are you doing, Mandy?
I'm a little tired.
That's probably an understatement. And we're like getting old. We don't look old. You don't look old. You look great. But do we feel old?
We feel old today.
We've been hiking all over the place. And hey, Mrs. Mansfield, good to see you. Thank you for joining us all the way in Rome. And today, right now, behind us is what they call the Roman Forum. And 2,000 years ago, it was the center of Rome. And buildings, government buildings, they had the Colosseum. You can't see it, but the Colosseum's back there. And, there's so much going on here. And it was the public, basically, square. So the center of activity, and people be roaming around in Rome. And, that's what they would do. And so, anyways, over in the background there, if you look at it, there's an arch. And here, I'll show you the arch. Oh, right there. There we go. I don't know if I can zoom in there. You see that arch right there? Oh, there, right there. I'm pointing it. There. Oh, right there. That's called the Arch of Titus. And Miss Nettesheim, you joining me over here again? You're trying to run away from me. And, but the Arch of Titus, and in Matthew 24, Jesus was prophesying of a time. He's looking at the temple, and he said, there's not going to be one of these stones that has not been unturned. And people are looking at the temple in Jerusalem and saying, how could that be? I mean, this is a structure that's going to last forever. But in around 70 AD, the Jews revolted against the Roman government, and there was a man named Titus. Titus was the leader, and he came and he conquered Rome, eventually getting the last of the Jews on Masada. And then in 84 AD, he built that Titus Arch. And in the arch, the center of the arch right there shows a picture they carved in there, the taking of all of the items from the Jewish temple, like the menorah and stuff. And so that arch is close to 2,000 years old. It's crazy. And it's crazy. Over here is another arch. If you look at this one, you see that? And that arch is not quite as old. And it was built in 200 AD. And Cervasis, the Parthian victory. And so it's an arch describing the victory of that battle with the Parthians. And inside the arch is crazy. They do a bunch of carvings that show the actual battles, and it's pretty interesting. And then over here behind us, look at this, Miss Nettesheim. There's this building. Oh, where'd it go? And see that structure right there. There we go. I'm trying to point at it again. Here, right there. That's the Mammartine Prison. And back in the time of the Apostle Paul, that was where the Roman prison was. And so when Paul was imprisoned at Rome, he was supposedly, and they don't know for sure if that was a place, but they suspected that's a place. But there's a dungeon down there where they lowered him down there, and he spent a lot of time, the Mammartine Prison. And you can go down there today. It's pretty neat and interesting. And what I was thinking, Miss Nettesheim, you look at all the architecture and all of this, life is short. One day, you and I, we're going to die. I'm reminded of that Mamertine prison of the Apostle Paul. And he said in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7, he got to the end of his life and he was telling Timothy, he said, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. And oh my, you think about that. He fought a good fight. It's a beautiful hat, isn't it, Mandy? Oh yeah. But, in our period of time that God's given us to live, and if you get 70 years, if you get 80 years, let's say God gives you 90 years, hopefully we can say, I fought a good fight. And there's a lot of times we can spend our life doing things, but, we ought to do good things, Bible-based things that are blessing the Lord. Hey, Brother Kessel, good to see you. Thank you for joining all the way probably from New York, Pennsylvania area. And joining us all the way in Rome. That's a blessing. And but let us take our lives, have a good fight. Let's not waste our time fighting battles that are meaningless or wasting our life on meaningless things. But let's say, as Joshua did, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And earlier today, we went over to the Vatican. Ugh. And boy, really, probably thousands of people in that courtyard. There was so many people, and you waited in line close to an hour to go inside the Vatican, St. Peter's Basilica. And St. Peter's Basilica is the place where they say that Peter was buried. And they have an actual place where a marker where he's supposedly buried. And it is a place of paganism. It's a place of, it's really sad. And next week, Mandy and I, before we head back, we're going to come back through and we're going to go through St. Peter's Basilica again. I'll show you a picture of that and so on and so forth. But let's continue living for the Lord. Let's continue to love the Bible. The Bible. Oh, man, the Bible is the answer. Hey, Brother Joel. Hey, thank you for joining us. And always appreciate you and your brother Jiggs and your mama. We pray for her all the time. But let's live for God. Let's serve the Lord while we can. And I sure do love you guys. And I miss Chesapeake. We miss Chesapeake, don't we? We miss. It'll be good to be back. And love you guys. We'll talk to you later. Say, how do we say ciao?
Ciao.
Ciao. Ciao. Ciao.